So today we are joined by Kayla Cross from our Denver location, and I thought it would be really interesting to get a female's perspective on some of the most common, I don't want to call them mistakes, but essentially we're talking about mistakes that you see clients that you consult with make as it pertains to their wardrobe. So let's say that you've got a new BALANI client coming in to meet with you for the first time. What would you say is the most common style faux pas you see the guys that you consult with making?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say, I feel like a lot of guys try and be a little bit too simple with it.
Okay.
I think probably out of fear of not making the right decision or, trying something a little bit too unique and too bold and not loving it. So I think a common mistake I kind of see is someone just playing it safe and going a little too simple.
Okay.
I think there is a way, even if you are more of a traditional dresser, I think there is a way to still, add a pop or add your own style to it.
Sure.
Without just keeping it to just the basics, even though the basics are important.
Sure. I would say one of the things that I see a lot of guys nervous doing is combining patterns. So, if the suit or the sport coat has a pattern in it, they intuitively say, well, I have to have a solid colored shirt, and clearly that's not a hard and fast rule, and sometimes they just need to be nudged a little bit out of their comfort zone. It sounds like you have the same hesitation with the clients that you work with. So after you've started working with somebody, or maybe even in that first consultation, in your experience, what is the easiest thing a gentleman can do to improve his look or his overall style and image in the workplace or in the social marketplace as well?
Yeah, I think probably the easiest thing, honestly, is just getting a little bit more fun with your accessories. Just because I think, once again, too, like no matter how traditional you are, or if you like more of a bold, unique look, I think accessories is a great way to just personalize it to you and just add a little bit more, and it just looks like you tried a little bit harder in the morning, honestly.
And by accessories, you're referring to what specifically?
Ties, shoes, belt, pocket squares, kind of depends on your style. But I would say even just for your more traditional guys or conservative guys, I would say just a tie being a little bit of a pop of color against your standard gray suit or blue suit just adds a little bit more and takes it one step further.
Sure. I know, again, a lot of the clients that I consult with don't necessarily relish the time of day where they have to put together their outfit for the day. And to some guys, it's a chore. It's just part of, the routine. And so they do inherently stay as simple as possible so that it's almost like one less decision that they have to make. And yet when you nudge them a little bit outside of their comfort zone, it'll be that tie or that pocket square that they say gets the most compliments from any part of their wardrobe. So after you've helped somebody move outside of the basics and talked about accessories, adding something that might be a little bit more fun or unique, what are some other areas that you think guys struggle with as far as like their overall wardrobe? Is there one specific part of the wardrobe that you feel you see a consistent theme, guys struggling to dress with confidence? Is there one area of a gentleman's wardrobe that maybe they have the most difficult part putting together confident outfits with?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say suiting.
Okay.
I would have to say it because honestly, a lot of guys find it to be almost a chore to, wear it, which is a bummer because I feel like the whole reason to wear it is to be, dressed your nicest.
Sure.
So I feel like a lot of guys, once again, tend to just go with the more standard, which is a great thing to do. But I think a lot of people could improve in just adding a little bit more and dressing up their more casual attire too a little bit more. I think semi-casual specifically kind of gets lost in there sometimes.
100%.
Where you either are buying t-shirts and jeans
Right.
or you're buying a full suit and dressing up to the nines. So I think kind of combining the two and just dressing up a casual outfit a little bit more too.
Yeah, I feel that a lot of men that I consult with are confident putting together a full, what I would call business traditional look. And then maybe they've got their collection of jeans and t-shirts and hoodies, but that in between, which really has taken off post-pandemic. I think there's definitely a whole category of smart casual or business casual that wasn't as important pre-pandemic, but now you're expected to look a certain way, maybe not completely dressed up with a suit and tie, but still look very polished and professional. Like that category is an area that I find most of the clients that I work with really struggle to feel confident putting together an outfit that isn't too formal, but also isn't too casual and projects the right image that they want to project when they're going out into the workforce. So as we're getting ready to head into the holiday season of 2024 and looking into 2025, is there one trend or color or just element in menswear that you're really excited about and that you think most guys should focus on?
Yeah, I mean, a trend I would have to say that I really am loving this year and for the season, and especially for the holidays, is green.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really love a good green suit. I personally think it is still pretty versatile to wear, or a green sport coat, or just adding a green tie to your standard suit. I think the color is trending huge right now, but on top of that, it's also pretty classic, so it's going to carry on.
You're preaching to the choir because it's one of my favorite colors, but I have noticed in the top designers coming out of Europe, green, specifically a really muted like vintage or bottle green, not necessarily like a emerald or your traditional greens, but more of those muted greens. We're seeing a lot in a full suit, which I've never seen before in menswear, and then for sure in a sport coat. It's a great way to add something that's more unique and diverse. So thank you for your insight, and really appreciate you joining us here in Cleveland. Kayla Cross, everybody.